ladies and gents, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is going to be my quick review recap really, for Insecure Season 3, Episode 7. Now, this episode was all over the place because Issa's mind was all over the place. So I'm not going to do this just kind of saying everything that happened because it would be redundant. It'd be very difficult to remember. I'm just going to talk about what stood out, just like if we're having a conversation. I'm trying that because for this one, it's just really weird to go and, like I said, do a regular recap. So the episode starts off with Miss Issa. Remember, so Issa, she doesn't have Nathan, she doesn't have a regular full-time job, and she's still trying to do this whole block party thing. But you know what? Nothing is working. Nothing is working. Like, everything is actually going okay, except for because Nathan is ghosting her, she can't focus on anything else. She can't focus on the things that should really matter to her. That's interesting. It's interesting because look at Issa. Issa has a roof over her head. She has a good part-time, basically full-time job now, being the apartment manager, if you will, or co-manager. And there she is. She keeps waking up and dreaming that something's wrong with her teeth, that her teeth are missing, or that her teeth are broken. It's something weird. She wakes up multiple times this episode. And it's funny, but it's also messed up because it's like, Issa, the man is ghosting you. You know he's ghosting you. You don't know why, but just move on. Move on. But she can't do that because it's kind of the whole thing of she hates him, but she loves him. But why is he doing this to her? Like, where is he? Where is he? That's the biggest thing. Where is he? So she goes and gets a call from the apartment, the apartment place owner, saying that the plumber is supposed to be let in. She's trying to do that, but she's stalking Nathan on Instagram. While she's doing that, all of the things that you could imagine someone's mind would come up with as to why someone is ghosting them, and that whole thing of screw them, they and ish, / oh my god, but I love her, type of thing. That's what's going on with Issa. Molly, on the other hand, forget relationships. Well, forget emotional relationships for a moment. She's messing up at her new job. I'm pissed because it's like, Molly, you worked so hard for this, and for you to go and in turn just screw everything up. First, she screwed things up with her new co-workers. The women who were gonna have her back, and I know that they will have had her back for real. And then she goes to the star athlete of the company and she works with him. And it's going well until they have a briefing. Remember, he had to go and step in when she was at Coachella. So now it kind of looks like she hasn't taken a step back, but she's not getting the type of accreditation that she would want. So she's working with him. They're working on this case. It's going well. He has things to do. So he says he's working on it. He wants to go and look at it, look it over, brief it with her before they go and meet with the partners together. Remember, this man has been there longer than she has. He's like I said, the star athlete of that group and of that firm. So anyone with a brain would know, okay, even if I want to go and do this on my own, I won't do that this time. Especially since we agreed professionally we would not do that. That he would look it over and present with me. You know what she goes and does? She goes and presents without him. The chairman said, when so-and-so comes back, then we can go and do this together. That's when Molly thinks that it's this perfect idea of, well, why don't I go and just present the information? It's all here, and I have some really interesting ideas. And the guy had that look of, well, she said, yeah, we don't want to waste the board members' time. And he said, well, okay, I'll round all of them up. I'm thinking, Molly, no. So guess what? The guy comes back, and Molly's trying to say, "Oh, hey, how's it? You know," and he said, "Well, you know, things would have been better if I was there to da-da-da and, you know, present the information." And so then he said that without saying it, because I don't think he said 2 words to her. He kind of gave her that look of, And this is, again, another example of Molly overstepping. She wants to be the star so bad instead of actually learning, because her personal romantic relationships aren't working. She's putting all of her attention and affection into her job, and it's making it worse. Andrew, who's a cool dude, they go and have a casual, you know, sit down dinner, and they're joking about Coachella. She says, "I didn't want to meet with you because I was embarrassed." That's part of it. I was embarrassed about what happened. He said, "Oh, you know, a lot was going on, you know, Molly on Molly." And at one point, at one of their dinners and sit downs, because she had work to do, so she left early the first time, but he left a good impression. He seemed cool. He had a sense of humor, but he wasn't a punk. He spoke his mind. Great. I'm thinking, this is someone Molly needs. Next dinner they have. She gets upset because, remember, it's jokey joke time. They've now hung out a couple of times. He, you know, because the first time he talked about how, you know, he'll bring the hood, he'll bring the thug. And she was laughing like, come on, dude. Nah, you don't need to do all that, because you couldn't even if you wanted to anyway. But the annoying thing with all of this is that she gets upset with him because they go back and forth about, well, I guess since we were both on drugs, we don't really remember what each other was talking about. And so she brings up, I think when he was talking about something with his parents or something of that nature. It was something light, funny, hee ha ha. And he brings up the fact that, well, you know, at least I wasn't the one crying or, you know, in that relationship with my best friend who's married. And when I heard that, at first, I did feel like, dang, dude. I'm like, oh. That was a little too comfortable. That was a little too familiar. And I don't care what anyone says. That was a little too comfortable and a little too familiar. That's a hard one for anyone to swallow. So I wasn't upset that Molly felt off. And he realized that, okay, that was doing too much. And so then he tried to rebound because I guess Molly said she wanted to go and beat him up. Or she said a lot. And he said, you know what? You know what? You can beat me up. It's okay. Trying to show that, hey, I messed up. I wasn't trying to do that to you. And then she was just like, oh, you know what? No, it's fine. I have work to do. I gotta go anyway, you know. And then, and you know, it's hard when, you know. And she tried to rebound initially. She talked about how the situation wasn't so clear and thorough. She was, you know, close with him. Found out it was an open relationship, doing this, doing that, caught some feelings, and he was just like, yeah, it sounds messy. And I think that's when Molly decided that it was time for her to go, time for her to leave. And I was so upset because I'm thinking, Molly, this was your opportunity, to go and show that you are different and you are changing, and you're not over Dro. That's the problem. Andrew's a cool guy, but you are not over Dro. And because you're not over Dro, it almost didn't matter what Andrew did or what Andrew said. Speaking of Dro, actually, we didn't see Dro this episode. That was nice. But this isn't over because Issa, she's paranoid. Like I said, I loved when she went and tried to use their, you know, fake Instagram account to go and see if she could catfish. Nathan is responding, and she didn't realize that. It's like, oh crap. This isn't the right one. This is the Insta doesn't look, you know, it says Issa. It's her own. It's her own Instagram. It's not the catfish. She's so stupid. I love it. Well, when Kelly changed the password, I forgot what she called it. I think she was like, these shit. I said, I love Kelly. I love Kelly. Oh, anyway. She even goes and gets Molly to get these crappy desserts to try and pop up on Andrew's place, because apparently, of course, Andrew and Nathan are close. They're friends. So Nathan, he can't live on his own. He must be bunking with Andrew, who... I said, that house is nice. That was my first response, but I'm thinking, Issa, really? You have Molly here going and doing your dirty... All right, Molly. All right, Molly. I guess this is where your friend points come in. So she goes and does what she needs to do. Even though Issa's looking crazy, Issa looks like she hasn't taken a shower. She hasn't slept in days. She's, paranoid. Oh, gosh, it's getting hot. Excuse me. Oh, praise God. Oh, that feels good. Oh, my God. Oh, that's a nice time. I'm just going to leave that cracked a little bit. Thank you very much. Oh, my gosh. Oh, the fall is here. Anyway, Issa feels a certain way, and she's stressed horribly. She's stressed. I'm not going to say like a hobo because that's disrespectful, but she's dressed like someone who's been in their house for days in their pajamas that don't look the cleanest, and their hair isn't done, and she decides to go and use Molly to pop up on Andrew, hoping that Nathan is either there or she could find some leads. So then Issa makes up this excuse. Remember to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe and come back. That she needs to use the bathroom. Go. Andrew had this look of, what? Like, I don't believe. Okay. Molly in the kitchen was distracting Andrew and was talking to him and saying how, you know what? She didn't apologize to him. She said, I accept your apology because of the way how you phrase everything. And I said, Molly, this isn't his fault. This isn't his problem. It's you. It's you. You're the problem. You're the cause. You're the one that you need to get over, Dro. That's the issue. You need to get over Dro and get over yourself too, because you're rude, and I did not like that. You come to this man's home, you bring, desserts and pastries, and it's a backhanded like, okay, this is my olive branch because you ain't ish, but I accept you for the way that you are. Really? So that didn't go too far, because he essentially told her off like, so you came here to go and do all that? Really? We have nothing to say because you're not over your ex. And so she didn't like that. So she was like, I'm done. I'm like, oh God. That was pretty much it for Molly. It was. Issa is looking through Nathan's room, and she found his cologne, shoes. I said, Issa, you look like a stalker. You look like a dang stalker. But okay. And then she found his laptop, and she was trying to figure out how to get into his laptop. She thought, okay, he's a Houston guy, so maybe text him, maybe Houston. Nope. Then she was going to type in her name. And that's when, before she was able to press enter, Molly came through. And I don't know if it was going to go and send him an alert that someone was trying to get into his computer because that wasn't the right one, or maybe it would have been right. We don't know. All I do know is that Molly said, what's really going on with you, Issa? Because this isn't, this is crazy. They go back into the car. Issa had that look of she wanted to go back in. She wanted to go back in and search. And even in her mind, she kept saying, look, this chick keeps talking, but as soon as dang, why is she still here? Maybe I could go and sneak back in. And Molly knows her friend. So she said, we're going because you're bugging. What's really going on? And Issa says that she didn't know she was going to feel the way that she could feel with another person that she feels with Nathan. And so Molly said, was the D that good? Issa said, yep. Issa said, yep. Well, of course, in front of Molly, she has to say no. Oh, Issa. So now Issa, trying to get her life together, she's going to go and just put the focus, because Nathan has been hitting her back. She saw that Nathan is working because he went and did someone's hair, and cut someone's hair, but that's pretty much it. she's getting ghosted by him, and she just has to accept that. She needs to move forward, so she eventually finally moves forward, and she goes to the seminar that Lawrence set up for her. Speaking of Lawrence in chat, oh gosh, people on social media keep saying that, and I was thinking the same thing that they're saying. Chad needs to be a regular. He's like a guest star. He needs to be a regular for next season, because he is too funny to be a guest star. Just like Kelly's role was expanded, Chad's role needs to be expanded. And they need to hook up. They need to have a random hookup, and then it be very awkward for like 2 episodes. I would love it. I would love it. Anyway, let me get some more air and circulation. Oh, there we go. Praise God. Praise. Anyway. Now that's the problem when you have a black interior car. Lawrence, his life is interesting. He's talking to Chad, and Chad wants to go to the club. He wants to have some fun. Lawrence is just like, look, he wants to do things differently. And I'm sure that STI scare gave him a lot of perspective. Lawrence wanted to hoe out like he felt like Issa was doing, but it backfired on him. So now he wants to go to church. Chad wants to go to the club. Lawrence wants to go to church, and Chad's a good friend, so he's going to church with him. Fast forward to them going to church, because I think Chad's something about, oh, so you a TD Jakes nigga now? Chad, stop it. While in church, they went to one of those mega churches that focuses on trying to connect with younger audiences. And so he's using a lot of texting and like social media terminology. So swipe left, swipe right. Also Instagram, sliding into the DMs, more like slide into these pulpits and into these chairs and into Sunday service. And I got it. I got the message that he was delivering. It was interesting, but it was a lot. That's the thing. A lot of pastors don't know how to balance the two. You definitely want to be relevant, but you don't want your message to be overshadowed by your delivery. Ooh, prick. See how I did that? So now we have him. So now at the church, when they're saying, you know, it's time to give yourself up to God, reconnect, I thought Lawrence was going to get up. It was like, stand up. And so then Lawrence was like, okay, Chad, you think you want to go? Chad was crying. He was bawling his eyes out. He hopped up. It was like, oh my God, I've been living wrong. Because earlier in the service, Chad was talking about how, screw her. She's effable. She's all right, but I still do her. Goes from that to, I want to be delivered. And Chad was delivered. He actually joined the church, and is going to go next Sunday. And he was so happy. He was like, you know what, this is a great experience. Did anyone else catch it? He called some of the church people. It's like, I'll see you later, my nigga. I said, wait, Chad, we're church. Stop it, don't do that. But I didn't realize how short Chad was in comparison to Lawrence. That's another thing I noticed. I said, what the heck? It threw me off. I'm like, dang. I mean, how tall is Lawrence? And how short is Chad? But aside from all of that, Lawrence found himself a church woman. And she's really cool. He was saying, so what did you really think about the sermon? And she said, look, it's a lot to get used to. The pastor's trying to connect with the younger audience. But once the delivery might be much, but the message is there, just like I said. And they're going to hang out. And I said, oh, look at her. She's cute. She looked a little bit more mature. So I don't know if that was going to work out, because Lawrence thinks that he's mature, but he's not. He's not. Just like with Issa. And we see that because they're walking, they're having this casual date, and they're in like an artsy part of town, or maybe by the docks. It was going cool until Lawrence realized, she's really a churchgoer. She's a part of the church. She's a part of one of the small groups at the church, and she doesn't just go to church on Sunday. I think that he thought that, oh, maybe she's just there. Maybe he could help her. Maybe she could help him, come in. But she's really an all or nothing, and I could tell. And I don't think Lawrence was prepared for all of that once he found out how close and ingrained she was into the church. So now after Issa had her seminar, Lawrence was the one who set it up for her. So then she went and thanked him and said, oh, I'm sorry, are you busy? He said no, he's actually had his last meeting for the day, which means that they can hang out now. So while they're hanging out and talking about their lives, and you know, they're both kind of faking the funk. Issa's keeping it real as far as, you know, she's still trying to get this block party together. It's a lot. She's not even sure if it's going to work out, but you know, she's trying to put her best foot forward. Lawrence talked about how he saw Frida in the store, but she looked really perplexed about making a decision on something. And another thing, I like the fact that Frida and Issa are still cool, because Frida did, you know, reach out to Issa. So I thought that was cool. Issa wanted it to be Nathan, but it wasn't. So now I see what they're trying to do, trying to get Lawrence and Issa slowly back together, because Lawrence doesn't have anyone. Issa, her dude is MIA. Maybe he did go back to jail. I just find it interesting that Andrew didn't say anything, unless Nathan's trying to lay low. He's his friend, so let me rephrase that. He's his friend, so I wouldn't expect him to snitch, but we'll see what happens to Nathan, because there's no way that Lawrence and Issa are just going to come together. There has to be a wrench, and that wrench is Nathan. He's not done yet. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Dang, I talked longer than I thought I would.